It's week 3 of the...
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Opening drive. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. Four touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you were playing this week or not, if you were the head coach.
Yeah, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that? Quick burst there, and he nicely built off a pretty decent game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Prescott. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball. When that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
The numbers for White a week ago. 20 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rachaad White, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward. But they kick it here, and it's good. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 92 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want to be
On third down, it's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Prescott. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second down, Prescott. Incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Well, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way they played in the first quarter. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
To throw is Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Into space at the 45, and he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. They'll try the right side here with White. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On first down, Tagovailoa firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two are connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's 21-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind. For a loss of 1.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
1st down, here's White. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
So heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
Tua going to try and run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tua Tagovailoa with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the round is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 33 yards that time.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing, Prescott. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurtled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 1. Opting to run again here with White. for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. He was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Jordan Stout now.
Now it's Martin. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
124 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
This is White on the screen. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll go up the middle with White. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Godwin's got it. Touchdown Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
But so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
This time they stay on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First down, Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10.
Prescott.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Prescott looks to throw on first.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That
That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Tua, fast pass outside complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go right back to White here on first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
144 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd down, Tua. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Tua going to throw.
A quick pass here to Godwin.
The catches for him just keep piling up in his career. He's now at 1,024, and that ties Isaac Bruce, the number that he had back in the day.
Yeah, part of the greatest show on turf. And remember, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt combined for nearly 2,000 catches in their careers. He might get to 2,000 himself with the numbers he's posting up there. Keeps himself in great shape. He might go for it.
A good pickup there, 22.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's White.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe... setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Again, this is White, and this time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, Prescott.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The throw over the middle, taken in. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards.
Well, they've got to remember that they're not going to get it all back on one drive, but that being said, they also had to come out here in the 3rd quarter with a sense of urgency and playmaking ability, and they showed it on that last play.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, it's Parsons powering forward. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears are able to at least get 1 score back. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
He's hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa.
They run straight ahead here with White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
161 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Back now. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets it down to the 32.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove. O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss. Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Bears on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he plays the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. A Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Prescott, that's complete to Mooney.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late point. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for him.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down, and they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Off the option, that's complete. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. That would have sent him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down.
And he's going to go down again. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here comes the Bears punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough it, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Now, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for Tampa Bay, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.